We wanted to let you know that Dad passed away on July 8th. It was a very sudden thing. We certainly were not expecting it. Gary had cancer, it was nearly 4 years ago, and he overcame that. We thought he was on the road to live another 20 plus years, but he got the flu bug, what we thought was the flu bug. It quickly progressed and looked like it was kind of turning into pneumonia. When we talked to the medics, they said whatever it was, which we won't know because they did an examination on his body, and they said it'll be like 3 to 6 months to really know for sure. But the medics thought it was something sudden and dramatic, maybe a heart attack, maybe an aneurysm. We're not sure exactly what he died from, but it was quick.
And it had to have been meant to be because it came so quickly out of nowhere. I mean, you saw him last video. Mm-hmm. That's the way he was. I mean, he was healthy all the way up until he went.
Yeah, we were all there with him, and he just kind of rolled over, and it was like the whole room just filled with peace. I don't know if you've seen the video going around that shows all the different ways a person is going to react when they see Jesus. Gary and I had watched that not too long ago, and I wasn't sure how I was going to react, but we knew exactly how Gary was going to react. He was going to run and give him a big hug, and he was really looking forward to that. And so I know that's been a done deal for him now, and he's happy as can be. We have little touch points with him. If you've lost someone, you know what this is. They're little touch points that he shows that he's still here. Yeah. He's just not here in the physical, but he's here, and obviously his frequency is in every building around here and everything that we do. He's very integrated. It's going to be an adjustment for us.
Yeah, it has been already.
Yeah, but we're tough. Like he always says, we got to keep moving forward, and that's what we're going to do.
That's right. So we're going to finish that shop of his, and it's going to be his dream of all of us working in there and making stuff. He wanted that space to be for creativity of all our projects, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're just going to keep moving on.
Pressing forward.
Something I always appreciated so much about my dad was that he always took the time to let you learn how to do something. Whether it was from building roofs or fixing plumbing, he always had the patience to just step back, to watch you and to help as he was needed, but to let you struggle a little bit sometimes and not just take over because he knew how to do it better. He'd let you figure it out. That helped me learn so much through my whole childhood, and it's something I really strive to do for my own kids.
Always remember love in Daddy's hands. Dad was involved. He could not sit back and watch you do something. He had to be right there. He had to be helping. If you sang a song and he knew what song you were singing, he was right there with backup vocals.
We're just so lucky to have somebody who cared so much about our projects and cared so much about any moment of growth you could possibly witness. Wanted to be there. Is a big smiley, just a big smile all the time. He's really good about saying good morning and greeting you when you walked in a room. He was really good about noticing when you were around and trying to get into whatever it was, even anime. I tried to get into anime, and Dad was like, "This is weird. All right, let's find one I like." Music, that's not my style. Okay, what am I playing? Just didn't matter. Even cosplay. Next thing you know, he was making an Odin costume. He's like, okay, we're dressing up at this age. All right, give me my soldering iron, my foam, make some faux metal. It's time to march around Comic-Con. Like somebody paid me to look like this.
He's so caring to Mom.
One of the things too, he'd be at work all day, and he'd come home, and right through the door was, "Where's your mom? Where's your mom?" This is my entire childhood of him working for your mom. "Where's your mom? Where's your mom? Where's your mom?" Right through the door. "Where's your mom?" You start saying it before you open it. You're like, oh, I have to keep track of moms. I have to answer for this. Mom's in the studio. Mom's outside. Mom's planting a tree. And then he was like, "Oh, hi, yeah, good to see you, Dad. Yeah." But it's just And it's just precious how much he cared for you. And mindset, that consistency and the willingness to work that helped us be able to learn from him and accomplish so much together as a family. Even when he had a full-time job and he would come home and on the weekends, fixing the sink or, fixing the washer machine, whatever it was, came home and he wasn't done working for the family. He was, being a dad was 24/7 and he took it seriously. And it mattered to him. He knew how to make moments important and how to say the right things to help you really appreciate and value what was going on. He had a great passion for people too, real caring. Always wanted to touch bases with everyone and find out where you were at in life and how you were feeling and where you were going. A really, really good man, good friend, great dad, great husband, great grandpa too. It's everything we could have hoped for. And I got his singing gene. Go both sides. You could read quite a story if the calluses and lines.
Dad tackled cancer like a champ. I think that his faith and his bravery and his determination blessed him with another few years with us, bonus years with Dad. Through that period of time, Dad got to meet and really get to know my husband, and he got to marry us. Dad got to meet and develop relationships with all of his grandkids and just more and more with his family. I'm really, really grateful for that. Be very, very grateful for that period of time that we got with him, the extra bonus years.
So who gives this woman to be married to this man? I do. This was fun, but really true love goes a little further. It is a desire to love each other for life. Love each other for life. Okay? Now, time for some words of wisdom. These are some thought out and highly pontificated words of wisdom. Wisdom is really the key word here, I guess. It's a bullet point list, shouldn't take me long. Okay, a good marriage has to be created. It's never being too busy to hold hands. It's remembering to say I love you at least once a day. It's never going to sleep angry at each other. It's standing together and facing the challenges of what to fix for dinner. It's saying words of appreciation and showing gratitude in thoughtful ways. It's having the capacity to forgive and forget. It's giving each other space to grow. It's common search for the good and the beautiful. It's not only marrying the right person, it's being the right partner.
What can I say about Gary? When we first met, what I really liked about him was that he was a family man. And he really proved that to be the case. He was a wonderful father. He would just work side by side with the kids and get involved in anything they were involved in. It was so fun to watch him be a dad. He would get involved in things and I would think, oh man, I wouldn't want to do that. But he'd just jump right in. It didn't matter what the kids were interested in. He was right there with them. I couldn't ask for a better husband. He was so attentive, very good to me, always so proud of me. It was really fun to be married to him. I'd have done it all over again. His humor would just be off the cuff. He was so bright that way. It was one of the things that I loved about him from the very beginning. He kept his sense of humor our whole marriage, and I'm looking forward to a lot more laughs into our future.
Remember Daddy's hands folded silently in prayer.
Words cannot express how much I loved my dad. He was really an amazing man. He was funny. He loved his family unconditionally. I feel like such a part of the family, even living so far away. And that's something that is so touching, to feel so a part of this beautiful family that Dad created. I will miss his bear hugs and his laugh the most. His laugh always made me laugh. Although life will not be the same without him, I know that I carry a piece of him wherever I go now. I'm comforted that he is home and healed and in the arms of Jesus. And I could not ask for anything better. That brings so much comfort, so much peace. Telling me about it.
When he started a nail, he started a nail. There was no half.
There was no
Half
tap,
little
tap, tap.
tap. It was full swing. I mean, when he hit his fingers, he hit them hard.
I remember we were assembling the kitchen. You know, we just had a plywood countertop. Dad was up there working on skylights. And I come into the kitchen and I'm seeing this blood drip all over the all over the countertop. And I'm like, where's this coming from? And I look up and I see Dad up there working.
Dad, what are you doing? He's up there, he's working and bleeding. He's like, I don't got time for a Band-Aid. There's literally a piece of bone probably on every single one.
You're not working if you're not bleeding is one of the things he always said.
Is that gonna hold you, or are you gonna fall through?
Yes.
Yes, it's gonna hold you, or is it gonna fall through?
Yes. It's gonna hold me. It's awesome. Now, do you want me to gracefully come down or just come down like normal?
Just jump.
Hearts worth falling for. Oh, and with open arms I'll carry yours. Come, rain or shine.
You know, with a lot of these things, you think afterwards, oh man, I should have told that story about Dad. But the one that always comes to mind for me, especially, I was set to play some music, I think, in front of the church, and I was nervous, and I must have been quite visibly nervous. And Dad comes over and he says, "Hey, you worried about something? Are you okay?" Yeah. I'm just a little nervous." He said, "Nervous?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Why?" "Well, I don't know. I might mess up." And he said, "So?" And I kid you not, I think that was one of the most impactful things. My dad got up and spoke in front of all sizes of audiences. It's not about not making the mistake, it's the recovery after you've made one. And that's something special that I wanted to share about Dad. I am so grateful for this channel that I can go back and show my future children what their granddad was like and how special of a gentleman that he was.
I'll be there when you need me. You can count on it every time. It won't always be easy, just as sure as the sun.
When my dad died, I spent a couple months with my mom and watched how she went through the process of him passing. It was very encouraging and very inspirational on how to handle it. And she talked a lot about how my dad, she could feel his presence in her heart, and that she felt like he was even closer to her than when he was here on earth. I think that watching her helped prepare me for this time right now, because I do feel Gary's presence. I realize he's gone, but his presence in my heart is very strong, and I feel encouraged and strengthened with him still being with me.
I'm so grateful for the amount of time that I was able to spend with my dad. Growing up as a kid, we were homeschooled, and one of the lucky few that our parents decided to do that. I'm so thankful for that, because a huge chunk of my precious years that I had with Dad could have been spent in a public school, and I would have never seen him or grew up around him like I did. I'm very thankful that I got to know him so well and do so many things with him. You know, we built all of these buildings together. It was really fun. We got to hammer boards together, cut things together, and build things. And I'm very thankful for that. He never expressed the kind of worry that other fathers did, in the aspect that he'd let us run the saws and things that are, you know, what guys do, you know, cut things and things. And he let that happen, and he taught us all the right ways to do it safely. And then he'd let us go at it, you know. And I remember we welded a go-kart, you know, we cut with grinders and welded and all that stuff, and he let it all happen. He sat back and watched, and it was really cool. Really appreciate that about him.
Thor here. Review on the rocket stove.
That's not how Thor talks, that's how Arnold talks that way.
Well, Arnold's supposed to have played Thor, but he was busy being governor.
It was interesting getting to know Gary and asking him for Bree's hand, just to see how respectful he was of me and of Bree too, and of our wishes and wanting to get married. He could see just how happy we made each other, and he was just like, yeah, okay, sure. As I moved on to the homestead and got to know him more and got to know Shelly more, calling him Gary and Shelly just didn't fit right because I was here all the time, and it just felt right to call them Mom and Dad. And so honestly grateful for the opportunity to have a second dad and have a second mom, and I was just very grateful for the opportunity to get to know him.
Trust, it builds a home, and ours is a sacred place where we both belong. A planted tree. Oh, when it's grown its roots under you and me. As long as we both breathe, I'll be there when you need me. You can count on it every time. It won't always be easy. Just as sure as the sun will rise, I'll be there when you need.
I want to say too how much he appreciated you over the years. All the kind words, the base of My Little Homestead. You are a cut above. Over the years, all the encouraging words and all the prayers when he had cancer. He couldn't have overcame that without your prayers. He used to talk frequently about how kind the comments that came in were. He was appreciative of you, and he doesn't want you to be sad either. So I know we're sad because we miss him, but you know, we know that he's in a good place. We know that he's still going to be a part of our daily lives. Just be encouraged that we're going to be okay, and we just want to tell you how much we really appreciate you.
I'll be there when you need me. You can count on it every time. It won't always be easy. I'll be there when you need me.
We would like to invite you to share some of your favorite memories of Dad down in the comments below if you feel like you'd like to. We will definitely be reading all of the comments. We want to wish you a very blessed August, and we'll see you at the end of the month.